Biden hosts roundtable on the Inflation Act. Roll it.
Good afternoon, folks.
Oh, cool.
I'm here with leaders from some of America's largest companies and labor organizations. Kaiser Permanente, General Motors, Cummins, Carrier, American, the United Auto Workers, the AFL-CIO. They're all here because they believe that the Inflation Reduction Act meets the needs of working families now. This bill will save the American people and Medicare hundreds of billions of dollars. They're also manufacturing tax credits as well in this bill.
What?
Along with the CHIPS and Science Act that I'll be signing into law next week, the Inflation Reduction Act will mean we're making the largest investment ever in clean energy. This bill is going to reduce the deficit by another $300 billion. That's beyond the record $1.7 trillion. We're on track to cut the deficit by just this fiscal year.
Sure.
Despite what some folks are saying.
Yeah.
The Inflation Reduction Act makes sure that no one earning less than $400,000 a year will pay a penny more in federal taxes, notwithstanding all these ads you see on television. So, look at the facts. These are the facts. One more thing. Look at the polling data. Listen to the American people. This is the strongest bill you can pass to lower inflation, continue to cut the deficit, reduce healthcare costs, tackle the climate crisis, and promote America's energy security.
Get all those bullet points. Get on it.
And Mr. President, I thought you might be interested to know that we provide the locomotive engines for Amtrak's Northeast Corridor as well.
Thank you. Is it all right if I ask you a question, Brian?
Of course, Mr. President.
Yeah, first of all, you got me back and forth to Wilmington, Delaware, to Washington, D.C. for a long time on Amtrak. Thank you.
How many miles?
How important will this investment be in building out the electric vehicle supply chains? Because it seems to me that's one of the, everybody's looking at doing that. I think we have an enormous opportunity here. I think you can do it. I really do. And I hope this is as helpful as we think it is, because you've always been on the forefront here. And, the idea, I keep trying to remind people, and I don't think I have to remind anybody on this Zoom, that there's not a damn thing we can't do when we set our mind to it. At any rate, I am really optimistic. And I want to thank you very much, Jennifer, for being willing to come and talk to us about it.
So
we'll be talking a lot more.
Oh, my Lord.
Me?
You're still on, Joe.
Hey,
still you.
Liz, thanks.
In quotes.
And
repeat the line.
You guys are a hell of a team. What's going on? One of the things that, and you heard me say this before, my dad used to have an expression. He said, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck.
Yeah, we know.
It's about your dignity.
Yeah, we know.
And by the way, I'm looking at a
Have
card
some dignity
here,
and resign.
reminding myself that it's going to cut energy costs, unlock $500 on average annually for energy savings.
What?
It's going to do an awful lot beyond what is the overall piece here about lowering inflation.
Terrible.
And it's going to impact on this relief we'll have on American workers is real. One of the things that I did, I must admit, in total disclosure, I've spoken to the chairwoman about the possibility of my being able to buy one of those Corvettes that are electric vehicles that, when they come out. I'm not going to be able to do it because I can't drive a vehicle while I'm president anymore.
Vice president.
But I think we can change.
I guess Obama is calling the shots.
Exactly.
This legislation and reduce inflation, not increase it. You have collectively moved this whole movement.
I'm sure you're a very good driver,
Getting
Ranger.
clean energy, creating jobs, increasing environmental protection, reducing everything from drug prices on matters. This is one of those inflection points in history. And you all are at the forefront of all of you on the screen. We haven't gotten even to most of you yet. But again, thank you both very, very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right.
Joe, hello?
Yes.
I've got a question. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah,
first?
when does this end?
Well,
Look
Mr.
at
President,
that
I was going to just turn briefly before we get our other speakers to just ask Secretary Yellen to offer.
Before you do, can I ask a question?
Sure, of course.
I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, of course.
First of all,
when do I get paid?
Yes. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
That was awful.
Oh, could you imagine being on one of these Zoom calls just without trying to fall asleep?
Oh, it's like being Nadler's underwear. That was painful.
Oh, I know. I'd rather be in a small room with Jerry Nadler after he had Taco Bell. My God.
Oh, be like a crime scene.
Bucket for the
crazy.
water.
Paul said, hey, the guy behind him put his mask back on.